most demanding and most important there is, and I think no one does the job better than the men and women in blue. And that is why the finest are admired the world over. The members of this department are the reason New York can rightly call itself the nation's safest big city. And the NYPD keeps raising the bar for how safe our city can be. The department continues to drive major crime down to historic lows. It's down by 33% in the last 11 and a half years. And incidentally, we haven't done that by locking up more people, just the opposite. By preventing crime, we've cut the city's incarceration rate by 32%, even as incarceration rates nationally have increased by 5%. And last year, this department helped us reach major milestones in two of the most important measures of public safety. In 2012, New York set a record low for murders and a record low for shootings. And today, with 6 months to go, we're on pace to break both of those records in 2013. Murders this year compared to last year are down by 25% and shootings are down by 26%. It is a wonderful accomplishment, and the people of New York are awfully lucky to have the NYPD delivering those results. There are real lives behind those numbers. They're not just statistics. By dramatically reducing the murders over the last 10 years compared to the decade before, we've saved 7,346 lives. That's 7,346 families that didn't grieve. 7,346 young men and women who can become productive members of our society. Now, our city's incredible public safety accomplishments are a tribute to the heroic work of the men and women of this department, and to the proactive strategies the NYPD has used to target criminal hotspots, spot potential suspects, and take guns and other dangerous weapons off the streets. If we continue giving officers the tools and support they need to do their jobs, I know the NYPD will continue driving crime down in all neighborhoods and keep leading the nation in crime reduction. And I promise you this, the Commissioner and I won't stop fighting to ensure that this department has the support that it needs to keep our city safe. Now, the impact of our crime cutting goes beyond the lives that are saved. You can see it all around us, in the people who are moving here, the families who are staying here, the tourists who are flocking here, and the companies that are investing here. Now, none of this is guaranteed to continue. While success is not inevitable, it really does begin with public safety. With safety and security, anything is possible, and without it, nothing is. We are counting on you in front of sitting here to build on those achievements, and we are confident that you will. You're a group as diverse and as international as the communities you'll protect, and you'll be joining the most diverse police department in the world. Before joining the NYPD, some of you have served as members of the FDNY or as school safety and correction officers. 85 of you are veterans of the military, and I want to personally thank you for your service to our country. Some of you are the first in your families to be police officers. Others have NYPD running in your veins. Like James Knight, fourth generation NYPD. He is the latest to serve in that line that began with his great-grandfather, and if our calculations are right, his family has combined and given our city 120 years of service. Also graduating today is Katrina Navis. Her father, Lieutenant Federico Navis, was tragically killed in the line of duty back in 1996. And I'm happy to say that Katrina is wearing her father's shield number today as she graduates. I was lucky enough to to take some pictures with Katrina a few short weeks ago, and Katrina, I know your father will be incredibly proud of you as we are. Katrina's courage and determination in answering the call of duty, knowing all too well the dangers that come along with this job, are really what defines this department. And that's the reason the rest of us are so grateful for what you do. You've all come from a variety of backgrounds, but there's something you all have in common. You have the courage, the determination, and the sense of duty that drives a select few to join the NYPD. And that is why it is an honor to stand before you today. From me, from all New Yorkers, you have our deepest thanks. Congratulations to each and every one of you graduates today. May God protect you all, and may God bless the NYPD.
And thank you, Mayor Bloomberg. It's now my pride and pleasure to introduce the Police Commissioner of the City of New York, the Honorable Raymond W. Kelly.
Mayor Bloomberg, friends and family, good morning. And to the members of the Police Academy class of July 2013, including our fellow officers from the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, congratulations. Now, you've just completed 6 months of the most intensive law enforcement training anywhere. You persevered in the classroom and the gym. You overcame new challenges, both intellectually and physically. You mastered hundreds of police procedures, crucial aspects of the law, and courtroom testimony. You conquered all of the physical tests and scaled that 6-foot wall. Now your hard work has paid off. Now, looking out from this stage, I can tell you, there is nothing that inspires more hope and confidence in the department than a police academy graduation. And you, the graduates, are the reason why. We know that as much as anything, it was the chance to improve the lives of others that brought you here today. Though you come from 48 countries and speak more than 40 languages, you share the same aspirations. You want to make a difference. As the mayor mentioned, you take your place among a law enforcement team that is second to none. Through their hard work, your fellow officers have driven crime down to historic lows while protecting the city from the persistent threat of terrorism. And they've done so in the midst of a very tough economy. They've accomplished this, in part, by building strong, productive partnerships with the community. 2 weeks ago, you took part in a 4-day intensive course in multicultural awareness called Advancing Community Trust. This was in addition to the training you received in community relations throughout your time in the academy. I hope one message was clear. As police officers, you represent the values that bind New Yorkers together. That is respect for one another and respect for the law. Today, as you assume your official duties, remember what the public gives you. They give you their trust. We do not win that trust once and for all. We earn it day by day, officer by officer, action by action. That is the only way. We look to you to honor this trust in everything that you do and to safeguard the public just as a number of you have already done. On March 12th, Police Officer Shabiz Ahmad of Company 15 was on a subway train heading home at 1 in the morning after completing his scheduled tour of duty. He heard a commotion in the car in front of him and observed a police officer walk by him in that direction. The officer noticed Officer Ahmad's recruit uniform. He asked for his assistance in responding to a passenger who was active aggressively and yelling at other people on the train. Officer Ahmed complied and accompanied him into the adjoining car. When the two officers confronted the subject, he refused to budge and put up a brief struggle. Calmly, professionally, without provoking a serious confrontation, Officer Ahmed joined the responding officer in taking hold of the man's arms and removing him from the train at the next stop where he was arrested. When confronted with the unexpected, Officer Ahmed did exactly what he was trained to do. As a result, he will receive the Commanding Officer of the Police Academy's Award for Exceptional Police Duty. Congratulations, Officer Ahmed. For many of you, protecting the public was all in a day's work, even before you joined the department. Now that was the case with Police Officer Cayenne Dawkins of Company 22. Officer Dawkins is a native of Jamaica who immigrated to the United States, worked her way up to become a paramedic with the New York City Fire Department. After graduating near the top of her class at Lehman College with a degree in biology. She is one of more than a dozen members of this class who worked as part of emergency medical teams. While in the academy, Officer Dawkins also maintained a track record of excellence in the classroom. Today, she graduates as a recipient of the first Deputy Commissioner's Award for the highest academic average. Congratulations, Officer Dawkins. Now, like Officer Dawkins, our military veterans bring incredibly valuable skills and experience to this class, as well as the courage and sense of duty that comes from serving your country. They include Police Officer Clifford Francois of Company 16, who served with the U.S. Army in Afghanistan. There, as a member of the 27th Infantry Brigade, he became good friends with a fellow soldier, Staff Sergeant Dion Taylor, a reservist who was a New York City police officer. On October 22nd, 2008, while on a sensitive mission in Farah province, Dion's life was tragically cut short when the Humvee he was traveling in struck a roadside bomb. It was a terrible loss for the Army and for our department. But Officer Francois never forgot the friend who made the ultimate sacrifice and decided to follow in his footsteps as a member of the NYPD. We know Dion would be enormously proud today. Congratulations, Officer Francois. As these examples show, our graduates are ready to put their training to work in service to the people of our city. Thanks to the outstanding team at the Police Academy, we know that they are well prepared. I want to take this opportunity to recognize a terrific team of instructors for the exceptional job that they do. Would you please stand, instructors? How about a round of applause? Thank you. And of course, as the mayor said, there's another group that played a crucial role in preparing our graduates, and that is the parents and grandparents, spouses, children, siblings, friends, and relatives who are gathered here today. You have every reason to be proud. For the past 6 months, your loved ones have dedicated themselves to becoming the best police officers they can be. You can be sure we will take every possible measure to ensure they are well protected as they carry out their duties. Theodore Roosevelt, who served as New York City Police Commissioner before he became the 26th President of the United States, once said, "Character, in the long run, is the decisive factor in the life of an individual." Truly, this is a class made up of men and women of exceptional character. You have distinguished yourselves in your training, and I know that you'll distinguish yourselves throughout your career. To all of you, we say, welcome to the New York City Police Department. Welcome to the experience of a lifetime. We're privileged to have you on our team. Congratulations again, and best of luck in all that lies ahead.
And thank you, Commissioner Kelly. At each graduation of recruits in the Police Academy, awards are presented to the outstanding members of the graduating class. These awards are in the form of an engraved plaque for various categories. At this time, I ask the Mayor and the Police Commissioner to present the following awards. Our first award is the Mayor's Award. This award is given to the student officer who has attained the highest overall average, scoring an overall average of 100%. Mayor Bloomberg will present this award to Police Officer Frank DiBiase. The Police Commission Award is presented to the student officer who obtained the second highest overall average, scoring an average of 98.5. Police Commissioner Kelly will present this award to Police Officer Andy Chu. The first Deputy Commissioner Award is for the student officer who has scored the highest academic average of 98.33%. First Deputy Commissioner Rafael Pinero will present this award to Police Officer Kayanne Dawkins. Chief of Department Award is given to the male and female recruit who have received the highest physical fitness runoff, the lowest combined job standards test, and run times. Chief of Department Phil Banks III will present this award to Police Officer Lorraine Petiglio and Police Officer Frank DiBiase. Proficiency average of 100%. Deputy Commissioner of Training, Dr. James O'Keefe, will present this award to Police Officer Mark Rupert. The Commanding Officer of the Police Academy Award is given to the student officer who has displayed exceptional police duty while assigned as a recruit at the Police Academy. The Commanding Officer of the Police Academy, Deputy Chief Scott Luce, will present this award to Police Officer Zaid Ahmed. The Patrolmen's Benevolent Association Award is presented to the student officer who served as the outstanding company sergeant for this graduating class. The president of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, Patrick Lynch, will present this award to Police Officer Brian Lotro. The New York City Police Foundation Award is given to the student officer for exceptional community service. Mayor Bloomberg will personally present this award to Police Officer Diaski Pena. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for all our awardees. At this time, I'm proud to introduce the officer who received the Mayor's Award, our class valedictorian, Police Officer Frank DiBiase.
Good morning, Mayor Bloomberg, Commissioner Kelly, distinguished members of the dais, family, friends, and my fellow graduates. I humbly stand here before you today as the valedictorian of the July 2013 NYPD Academy class. On January 9th at Queens College, we anxiously waited in line outside the building, our excitement keeping us warm on that frigid winter morning. Uncertainty filled the air as we were assigned to our companies and we sat motionless in our seats. We did not know one another, but we knew of the remarkable challenge that would lie ahead, and that the transition from civilian to police officer would not be easy. Like so many before us, we entered the academy as new recruits, with minds eager to learn. Upon receiving our patrol guides, student guides, and law books containing thousands of pages, we understood that an outstanding effort both in the classroom and on our personal time would be required. We also started a rigorous physical training regimen that drained every ounce of energy we had. Yet each day we returned. We pushed through the body aches and sleepless nights because we knew what we were fighting for, and that it would all be worth it at the end. Over the last 6 months, our instructors tested us physically and mentally in various arenas such as defensive tactics, firearms proficiency, and driver's training, as well as our understanding of vital department policies and procedures. They instilled in us discipline, respect, and professionalism. As we begin our careers, we will always remember the camaraderie we shared and the quality instruction that we received. Our true challenge lies in the future, where we will go forth and apply all that we have learned, building lasting relationships and positively impacting the neighborhoods we serve. On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to thank the Deputy Commissioner of Training, Dr. James O'Keefe, Assistant Commissioner of Training, Carol Ann Roberson, Commanding Officer of the Training Bureau, Assistant Chief Joseph McGran, Commanding Officer of the Police Academy, Deputy Chief Scott Luce, Commanding Officer of the Recruit Training Section, Inspector Samuel Wright, and all of the instructors and staff of the New York City Police Academy for laying the solid foundation on which we will build our careers. I would also like to thank the following people for their support and encouragement. My squad supervisors, Lieutenant Tilwitz and Sergeant Tingay, as well as my official company instructors, Police Officers Lee, Wong, and Russell, who have inspired my company to always put forth our best effort. Officer Acosta, for his commitment to ensuring academic excellence in all of his students. My physical training and tactics instructors, Sergeant Dowling and Officer Gutierrez, for not only molding our minds to be more tactically sound, but our bodies as well. My company sergeant, Police Officer Foster, for working so hard to keep us in order, and certainly all the members of my company, 1322. I was so fortunate to have had them as my classmates. As a company, we strive to exceed our instructors' expectations throughout our time at the Academy. Last but not least, I would like to thank all my loved ones who have always been supportive of my decision to become a police officer. Winston Churchill once said, "Courage is rightly considered the foremost of the virtues, for upon it all others depend." As we proudly walk out of the Barclay Center today, we are part of something much larger than ourselves, the New York City Police Department, one of the most elite and professional police departments in the world. Congratulations to all of you. May we all enjoy safe and successful careers.
And thank you, Officer DiMasso.